So yeah, welcome to the studio. Today, day 2, working on that remix. Yesterday it was all about just making the drums, making the drum loops, cleaning them up and compressing them all together with parallel compression. Today continuing with the more creative kind of part. That's usually where I get stuck. If I get over this phase in a song, I usually finish it. If I get like hardcore stuck, then that's usually it. It's the phase where you kind of figure out which direction to go. I usually first make the drums to have like a slight direction. It kind of forces me, and to record everything instead of with a click with nice drums, just way more natural. So I've tried out a couple of things. Some of them work, some of them don't work, and I want to take you on the tour of like my thinking behind it and how I kind of solve little solutions that are more in the creative kind of part. It will be less technical kind of, and I think no one else on YouTube ever talks about this kind of stuff, but that's usually what makes or breaks a track, a remix, or whatever you're working on.
Trying to bring it your way,
So first of all, let me play on Logic what we had yesterday. Basically all of this muted.
You can never disrupt. I won't give up on us on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. Who's keeping score?
I already changed a little the vocal. I used the channel EQ to EQ it, a vocal rider to get the levels of the vocals in check, because as you can see in the waveform, there's like a lot of dynamic, way too much. The de-esser, but it's disabled. I don't know why, it should be enabled. And the decapitator, just for a little bit of kind of crunchiness. Let's listen to it with and without.
I won't give up on this on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. Who's keeping?
Makes it a bit crunchy, gives it a little bit more top end. I like it. Sits a little bit nicer in the mix. And then of course we got all of the drums that we did yesterday.
I won't give up on this on and off love.
And I have to say, this one loop, the very, very housey one, I've actually decided to mute, at least for now.
I won't give up on this on and off love.
So to actually have a easier, less dense kind of loop, to have more room and be more free, because that one loop that I muted is already pushing me in a housey direction, and that's also why the first thing that I actually recorded with that loop was this piano part.
You can never decide. One minute you're breaking my heart, then the next I'm the love of your life.
So it could actually be a nice housey piano groovy vocal thing. I might just have to change the piano from a real sounding grand piano to maybe like an M1 sampled kind of typical house piano. But this was like too housey for me. That's not really the type of music I make, and it also doesn't really fit the vocal very well. The vocal's more like mellow, moody, melancholic, and this happy housey kind of doesn't work, at least not for me. So that's definitely out. I then simply just copied the basic chords of the original song. Let's again listen to the original really quick.
They don't mean nothing at all. Every time that you call, the feeling of your touch will keep me forever stuck.
And now just like my simple drums with yeah, the very, very basic chords, just 3 of them. And I wasn't sure if I should actually like delay them or actually push them forward by an 8th note. This really depends. It fits nicer to the vocal to actually push it forward, and I also think it makes it more interesting. But depending on like maybe for the drop part, I might need to push them back and have them straight again. That's something that really is something about the feel and depends on what you're trying to go for. But I think like pushing them a little to the front is the more modern way to do it. Now let's actually listen to the simple chords.
They don't mean nothing at all. Every time that you call,
This already makes it way more musical and like glues everything together. Chords are so important in music. I just really copied the ones from the original because there's not much I could change about it without clashing with the vocal. I could just play it in a different rhythm, maybe add a fourth chord, but I think keeping them simple for a club song definitely makes sense. The next part is actually already a little bit of arrangement because I want to have the chorus actually as the break part, and after it a drop words, just instrumental to make it even clubbier. So we got here, that's that marked kind of part is the main chorus.
I won't give up on us on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. Who's keeping score?
And I think it goes really well just with the chords. I also tried to play a little bit of guitar. I'm not the best guitar player. With a lot of correcting, tweaking, and re-recording, I can at least do like simple strums.
I won't give up on us on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. The bruises and the scars, they don't mean nothing at all. Every time that you call, the feeling of your touch will keep me forever stuck in this on and off love.
So now I got the option, either the chords played strummed by the guitar or by the piano. I usually just like, I make a lot of stuff, kind of try to get all of the ideas into Logic. I can at any point just delete it, and this way it's faster. I prefer having like a small kind of recording session where I just sit, play the piano, play the guitar a little, record everything as much as I can, as many ideas that I can come up with, have it in the DAW, and then later on decide while listening to everything. I also got another guitar part. This one, Justus was so nice to record it and send it over to me because that's already, I just can't.
I live for who's keeping score. The bruises.
The melody is actually already from a drop part that I made that I sent him. I asked him to re-record it so that I have the option to play the same just with another instrument in the break. The drop is then basically at the moment, let me just maybe cut the vocal because the drop should be just instrumental. Mute it and unmute the main part. Super simple, extremely simple. I had a lot of other stuff that was just too complicated, too musical. You don't need that for club music. It's just like kick and like one sound and one melody, and it should be simple. So I think it actually just works. Not sure about the sound. Sound design is something for a later stage. Right now my brain is trying to imagine this with like a perfect sound on it. Sound design is so important for club music, especially if you have like simple melodies. It's then really about the sound design. I'm thinking about really just leaving it minimal, kick, clap, maybe a little loop, and this melody just with another sound that is more epic. This one right now sounds too 80s, too much Stranger Things for me. I also have like the how do you say, the root key notes as a bass, also very simple. Again, here I'm not sure if I will delay them or have them on beat. So we already got kind of a song, a drop, like at least we collected all of the parts that we need. Now it's all about trying to make them perfect. We also got then the main chorus vocal just with either strummed guitar chords or just with the piano, maybe even both, plus the melody of the drop already in the breakdown, but with another instrument.
I won't give up on this on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. Who's keeping score?
And at this point, I need to make sure that I have enough contrast. I want to have enough contrast between the break. It's like the resting kind of part that builds up and then drops really hard. And I think we got that because like the breakdown is really melancholic.
I won't give up on this on and off love. This tug of war is what I live for. Who's keeping score? The bruises and the scars, they don't mean nothing at all. Every time that you call, the feeling of your touch will keep me forever stuck in the sun and off love.
I'm now switching, what is it now called? Guys, it was once called Guru. It's like my drum sequencer, you know it from yesterday. I'm switching it now to gated and pull out the MIDI into Logic. Come on, no. So now I got the MIDI part right here.
I won't give up on this on and off love. This tug of war is what I...
So I can move the drums around and have the break without drums, the intro part with drums.
Tell me why.
I mean, it sounds like shit, but you always have to imagine what it could sound like. And if you don't have the experience to do so, you might be like, it doesn't sound good. I will stop now. I'm not getting there. But like putting the effort into it and pushing through and just keeping on continuing is actually what gets you to a finished song that sounds actually good. So that's really an experience issue. Maybe 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh no, that's not interesting enough. But now I know that I can actually turn it into something interesting, especially club music. It's more about the little details here and there popping out and into the song, and like a lot of effects and stuff like that. I think this should work. I mean, yeah, we got the contrast.
I won't give up on us. The feeling of your touch will keep me forever stuck in the sun and off love.
And then white noise, drums. So you see, I'm already like starting to arrange here a little. I know a lot of producers that just work within that one loop until it's perfect. They already start mixing it and searching for the right sounds. I like to have like half arrangement. I call it like half arrangement. Usually intro, break, and the drop. Because all the other parts just repeat. So if you get those three right, and you can listen to them in context, and sometimes you have a lot of ideas and they don't all fit into the drop, so you can just maybe use them in the intro or maybe just use them in the break. So speaking of the intro, let's actually head over there. It's really just drums, voice. I had an arpeggiator, I'm not sure about it. Sound is not the right one. But it's a nice sound where you can like open, close the cutoff just to have something like oh yeah, just opening up, closing, just emphasizing, just tension. If you open up the cutoff, this usually introduces a lot of energy into a song. And you just also have to record a second guitar part where I'm just not able to do it as good as he does. That's also another lesson, maybe if you're a producer, you don't have to do everything yourself. That's like maybe mistake number one. You don't have to learn to sing and to record and to mix and everything. Just be good at certain things and the other things let other people take care of. I know a lot of people that are like really good in songwriting and sound design, but they're really terrible at mixing, so just someone else takes care of the mixing. I'm not the world's best guitar player, so someone else is taking care of it. And also mastering, I like someone else to take care of it, just because these people are specialized on it. As a producer, your main task is like keeping the vision together, deciding on every part, and like making sure you make the right calls, and yeah, making sure that you actually like it. Don't forget that. Anyways, back to the song. We got the guitar part for the intro. Very melancholic. Absolutely love it. There is enough contrast in here. I think the loop for the intro is really too much.
Like leaves in the fall. 1 minute you want me so bad, then the next you don't want me at all.
I think the bass could actually go there. I think also the clap is too much. We want to start really minimal to have more options later on. If you start your song already way too full at the beginning, you then have to add and add and add and build up and build up. And then you reach the point where it's too full. The mixing will sound like shit. So start as minimal as you can. Maybe just the voice and another instrument. And that's basically already all you need. I think I could even start without the kick. Like just the guitar and the voice and the bass.
Like leaves in the fall. 1 minute you want me so bad, then the next.
Maybe the ARP with another sound, but I could see that being already in there.
You don't want me at all. And I run where you call. 'Cause you're my drug of choice.
Yeah, I actually like that. I just need to extend that second part of the ARP. 4 bars, of course.
I won't give up.
Transitions also already work just by opening the cutoff and then having that long release. You transition from the intro part to the break part. For the big drop down, we of course will need a ton of white noise, drum rolls, and all that kind of stuff. But that's something for another episode. I just want to try and keep you updated with this remix. That's the first time I can actually share me working on a remix here on this channel without any legal trouble. So I want to keep you updated. I don't know if I will continue tomorrow, but definitely next week, and try to give you as much insight into the entire making of the song as I can. And once we're done with that, back to the usual stuff here in the studio. Unboxing. Like the secret room is full with equipment that I need to share with you, but that's something also for next week. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this kind of helps you to get like a general direction in my thought process so that you actually don't get stuck. I mean, it doesn't sound good at the moment, but this could still go anywhere. Maybe back again to Housier. It really depends. We'll figure that one out in the next episode.